Ladies and gentlemen, Violet Games here. Today, I wanted to discuss how Xbox fanboys are actually mad about Spider-Man. I thought this really didn't go outside of the Puddlegate controversy, where basically on the internet people compared two screenshots, one from E3 and one from a later edition of the game, and kind of said that the puddles were downscaled and some of the graphics looked a little weaker. And the accusation that was being thrown out at the time was that Insomniac actually graphically downgraded the game. However, it turns out the graphics were actually upgraded, and upon release, I can say as someone who's played the game is gorgeous. So that turned out to be, a farce. But I also thought the rage behind it was also kind of fake. I mean, most people wouldn't have cared if Spider-Man was graphically downgraded as long as the game was fun. So I don't really think it would have been that big of a deal either way. But yeah, it's just kind of funny how the internet responds. However, Xbox fanboys are actually mad, and I didn't really think this was a thing. I thought people on the internet just, hyped stuff for the sake of bombacity, but that's not the case. So when I went to the midnight release of Spider-Man at my local GameStop, it wasn't really a midnight release, it was like a 9 p.m. release. I don't know why they did that. Apparently it's an Insomniac thing, who knows. But everyone was there to pick up Spider-Man except for about 4 dudes, and I didn't initially know that they were Xbox fanboys or anything. I wouldn't have picked that up. I mean, we're all gamers, we're all kind of antisocial nerds, but when we were all put in our groups in line to pick up the game, 2 groups ahead of me kind of had this strange interaction. So first, the one group starts talking about Sony and talking about Spider-Man, how they're hyped for the game, how the Xbox has no exclusives. And when they brought up that point, the group behind them looked super pissed. And I have no idea why. I thought, maybe these guys just had a bad day. And it didn't look like they were even listening in on the conversation.
Okay, ma'am?
But as though those guys got up to the counter, the Xbox fanboys, the girl asks here to pick up Spider-Man, and dude, this guy fucking got so triggered. He's like, I don't care about Spider-Man. He was legitimately pissed off, and everyone in the GameStop that was still there, we were just looking at this fucking guy. He was losing. He's like, I don't care about Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. And he tried to clown it. He tried to say it looked like shit. And then the girl's like, I'm actually really looking forward to Spider-Man. And it was just the most awkward fucking exchange between 2 people. And then the people that were in his group as well did the same thing, and they all picked a MBK that night instead of Spider-Man. God bless them. Even the little kid that was in the Xbox group was being a total dick. They all looked like they were butthurt because people were excited to play Spider-Man. It's crazy to me that in a community of gamers that you would be offended that someone is able to play a game and you can't. I don't understand. That's not on that person. Why would you be offended? It's just really beyond me that not only grown men, but children alike are offended that people are enjoying Spider-Man. You know why? Because they can't play it. And they're trying to downplay the fact that they can't play it because they're jealous. And it's crazy to see. It's crazy to see this amount of jealousy over video games. People need to get their priorities straight. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a crazy person. Maybe I'd be super butthurt if I owned an Xbox. Actually, as a gamer, I think I would be. But I wouldn't take it out on the PlayStation or Spider-Man as a game. I just think that's disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, that's just a little story I wanted to share with you about Xbox fanboys are being legitimately mad about Spider-Man. The fact that everyone's so positive about it, the fact that it's getting these great reviews. My opinions on Spider-Man, just briefly, just to put it in this video, I think the game's awesome, though it does suffer from open world problems, tedious side missions, tad-ass missions that feel like filler. So outside of the filler, though, the game is rock solid. I really like the leveling system. I like the progression. The web slinging especially is fantastic. It literally sells this game. The web slinging is that good that some of the tedious tasks actually aren't as tedious. So those are my opinions on Spider-Man. If you want me to encapsulate it real quick, no, I will not make a review or impressions video on Spider-Man simply due to the fact that everyone knows the game's good. if you saw anything on this game, you know what it is and you know it's good. And being a fan of Infamous, guys, this is better than all of those games. Just to throw it out there, I think it's probably one of the best superhero sandboxes I've ever played. Again, Sony also being the best in their own genre, but I don't know. Some people might not take it that far, but I honestly think Spider-Man is that fucking good. Anyways, guys, this is Violent Games signing off. You know, if you know an Xbox fanboy, fucking send them some money. Like, I don't know, give them a gift or something. Try to cheer them up, bring them some hot cocoa and just, you know, comfort blanket and, you know, wrap it around them and comfort them by the warm fire. You know, tell them it's going to be all right. Tell them it's going to be okay. It's not, dude. That Xbox One is done. They have nothing to look forward to but the next gen. But anyways, guys, it's almost been 6 minutes. Oh, I've kept you here for too long. This is Violent Games signing off.
You got a gun?